What up, people on the other side? We back on another episode of the Homeless Crusade with your boy Stena out here and my boy.
Aadil Abrams, we're back in the building.
Yeah.
Yasmin's not here today, guys. She had to attend to being an aunt.
True,
So,
yeah. And we decided not to actually get anybody else because
yeah, that's fine.
I think just loyalty thing, right?
Oh yeah, but she didn't show up for work, so that's kind of a problem.
But shout out to the people. Oh yeah, that's me, you, and some people behind the screens. Yeah. But how are you feeling though today?
I can't complain. You're supposed to, like, comment, share.
I was gonna say that throughout, or
we have to say that at the beginning and the end. What do you mean?
Wait,
like to get it so they can.
I feel like we're just with green now, like with the camera. I just leave that on you.
Just okay, guys. Like, comment.
Yeah,
share,
it's not that like I don't know this stuff, but like it's just like sometimes I feel like that's not my responsibility.
Okay, looks like we need a meeting. It's getting rough. Yeah. But no, for real, guys. Like, comment, share, subscribe.
Yeah, Free Vision Play.
You can catch it on DSTV on Thursdays, 8 p.m. And then if you don't have DSTV, you can go to the Free Vision Play app, download that, and you can catch THC and you can catch plenty of other shows on there. So get on that shit.
Yeah, what he said, you do that.
Oh yeah. So what you saying? How you doing?
I'm cool. Just feeling hot. It's been a crazy day.
What do you mean? It's lit. I've been speaking to you basically all day, and it's just been about like when you're getting here. Do you know what I mean?
Like on the way here, you know what happened? I almost got into a fight with a homeless man.
How does that even begin to happen?
And I'm not making this up, bro. I promise you. I feel like, you know when you guys say, nah, you live a crazy life.
Yeah.
And I always downplay it.
Facts.
But like it hit me the other day. I was like, some of the things that happen in my life is really, really weird.
But you know, like if you in a situation it's regular to you, like you don't realize how not normal this is. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So I think for you, maybe you didn't consider the fact that this actually isn't like a normal situation that you find. Like the situation
like
that you find
I've seen so much crazy stuff throughout the years that I'm like desensitized towards it.
Yeah, that's
like even the thing with the dude, like I'm on my way here, right? So I'm crossing the street. As I cross the street, bro, this dude is looking at me. Like this dude is just dead straight looking at me, and I'm like, why is it looking at me? So I'm like, are you good? But it's a colored dude. So he starts speaking colored, like, what's that? How tight? And I'm like, what are you saying, bro? And he's like, then what did he say? He's like, he said something like, Kenzo, and I'm like, yo, like Blumendal, bro.
What are you doing there?
Crazy enough, I'm gonna tell you a story. Like crazy enough, 2 weeks before that, I was at Blumendal.
No way.
I swear to God, bro. But I'm gonna relay the story as we go.
It's gonna make sense soon.
So now this happens at the Total Garage, like at the corner from where I stay.
Oh, okay.
So now I'm crossing and I'm like, this dude is like saying all this stuff, and like the people work at the garage. I've seen this. They're like, no, leave him. He has people like, hey, man, say how we stick, and I'm like, he's gonna stab me. Like, but I'm pressed for time because I told you that I'm gonna actually come here a bit early.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I actually want to tend to this dude, but like I'm like, nah, it's a bit.
That would have been a brilliant story to kick off with. Had you been in a fight, you just
then no, I was not even gonna make it.
Why? What do you mean?
Do you think I want to come fight and actually come speak about the fight I was gonna be doing? I was gonna be
hilarious.
doing other things in the background.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's that for today. It was a weird day, bro. The start of the day, and also, bro, PE is such a random place, but especially when you're here in like Traduna, when you come down there, you see a lot of weird things there. There was like this one lady, she was washing herself naked in the middle of the street.
Just casually.
And people are just watching her, looking by, and I'm like, this is so weird, bro. And everybody's just like calm with this. And as you walk by, and there's a lady asking me for 2 rand, I'm like, there's a whole lot of randomness, bro.
At some point, you kind of just accept it.
That is just before. That was before 12 o'clock.
So they all
understand?
early on.
Not how crazy that it is. Like,
yeah.
But yeah, how was your
But
day?
I mean, when you're not gonna wash yourself at 2 p.m. You know what I mean? You might as well just get it in early.
I get it, but like, why can't you do that behind closed doors, though?
Yeah.
Or somewhere discreet where your bits and pieces are not really exposed.
I guess. Yeah.
But how was your day, though? You still not...
Normal. Just work.
You look tired. Are you sleeping well?
Never. For a long time, it hasn't been the case, so it's not like new. You know what I mean?
Really? Do you take any like sleeping pills? I feel like
No.
really.
No.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
You shouldn't
I
really.
don't know. It's just never really like my sisters indulged when I was young. Like it used to be such a thing because I used to go to my mother and be like, "Don't you have this? Don't you have that? You check to sleep."
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But now it's not like such a big thing. Like my mother, it's just me and my mother now, so it's not like she needs it constantly and whatever else.
Yeah.
So I don't really look for it. I'm just there,
yeah.
like struggle.
Okay.
And also like I would like watch a lot of YouTube and series and movies and stuff.
You fall asleep to that.
You check. So that's just what it is.
I realize I really don't know a lot about you. You know, you're very like tucked in, bro. Like I don't even know what's your favorite color. I don't even know what you do.
True, actually.
Like really, like I don't know. Like do you have any hidden talents?
No, God.
I feel like your hidden talent could be like something crazy. Like you speak to people.
Cartwheel.
Yeah, something crazy.
I can't do a cartwheel.
I don't even know if you cry when you watch Indian movies, but like,
what's that supposed to mean?
Don't you like whenever I watch
Indian
Bollywood?
You don't? Oh, Indian movies.
Yeah,
you just threw that out there,
like when I watch Slumdog's Millionaire, it was a very emotional movie, bro. Like brings tears to my eyes. And I used
don't
to
you think it's an estrogen thing though?
What do you mean, like
what is it, like the female hormones?
I don't have any female hormones.
Okay. If you say that. Okay, fair enough. No, but like I'm asking that because recently, like all of a sudden, I'm watching certain stuff and I'm like, yo, starting to water, you know.
Ooh,
like,
you better hit the therapist, my boy.
It's deep.
Just like watching some YouTube stuff and you just like start crying.
YouTube, I watch like Indie Owl and all of that type of stuff. But it's like I don't even know what I watched recently. But there was something, man, but I can't put my finger on it now.
And you started like tearing up.
Yeah, low-key. Oh, I think it was Adolescence. That was one that really...
What you were watching then, was it like an emotional sort of thing? Was
Adolescence. Don't you know about that show? It's on Netflix. It's like 3-4 episodes. It's about basically this kid that commits a murder. But like before, like that's basically, how do I say this? It's one take to check. So the camera just moves through the entire show, even through from
like Snow on the Bluff.
Yeah, transporting the kid from the house to the station. It's just one take, maybe. So we literally just watching this kid.
Wait, so you got emotional by just watching somebody kill somebody else?
No. It's about the kind of the reaction that his father had from finding out, because the kid obviously kept saying, no, you check, I didn't do it, whatever else. And then that was like undeniable.
Ooh, okay, I see what you mean.
Check.
Okay, I hear you. So kind of feel like there's some underlying issues there with you. Just like,
I don't think so.
Really?
Not in that situation.
Do you believe in therapy?
Yeah, I just never went. Have you? Do you believe? Have you gone? Oh yeah, we had this conversation.
We did, but like, I think
But that was the wrong therapist though, because I mean, who does that? That's preaching gospel.
Bro, I don't even want to talk about that lady, but that lady's on some...
I don't think they're supposed to do that. Aren't they supposed to?
Of course they can't do that. You can't... A person comes for emotional, like some clarity or like some mental help.
And you just tell them,
go to God. You know, I'm not like trying to be like advocating for atheists. But like that's just unprofessional.
But just like in like the whole idea of being in the therapy, they shouldn't like bring the Lord to this type of thing. It's more like
that's just
psychiatric thing. You get what I'm saying?
I get it. But yeah, that's just me. Obviously, I also have a story, bro.
Yeah, what happened?
Bruh. Something crazy happened, bruh. You know, almost like being telling you I stay almost in the suburbs.
Right.
And it's not a flex or anything like that, but it's just like a safe space. But what I realized that the suburbs have a lot of people who do drugs, bro. And not just like the white people drugs. I'm talking about hard drugs like crystal meth and
Facts.
And but I have this one friend, you know, that I usually purchase my pharmaceuticals. He's like a street pharmacist himself, you know. I usually buy my dank there. And I kick it in his spot, you know, I just chill there. But now this one particular day, bro, it was so crazy that I couldn't...
When was this?
Like 2 weeks 3 weeks ago, 2, 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
So now I usually cop some stuff by him, and I just kick it at his house and we play some King of Fighters. It's like a big ass crib, nice double story crib, right? So now this one time I'm kicking at and I'm chilling at his crib, and then 2 females come, but it's like a white lady, 2 white ladies. It's the mom and a daughter, and they both do drugs.
Whoa.
But not like the regular. Bro, not just like any regular drugs. I'm talking about hard drugs.
I genuinely thought they were coming to like reprimand you for doing something.
No,
you know what I mean?
bro.
Meanwhile, they're there for their drugs.
Bro, the thing is, I've seen them around, but like, they look like they do drugs, you know, they look like they do the myth.
Yeah, it's fair to assume sometimes.
So, but you can see somebody does hard drugs, but like they don't really have any sense of personal hygiene, you know, they can just look rough, man. So now they come into the setup.
Do you think they live there?
Yeah, they do live there. They live close by the complex.
Okay.
You know, so now I'm chilling there. They come in, they purchase their stuff, and I don't judge people who do what they do, right? I let them do what they do. But it was so crazy the fact that it was a mother and a daughter, bro.
That is wild.
You know? And then now the daughter is doing hard ass drugs.
As a family.
Hard ass drugs, man. I'm like looking at this chick, bro. And she's like looking at me, and I'm like, this is time for me to go. And then
so you just came there to play King of Fighters and
because this is this dude. I've known this dude for like 4 years, you know. But I started chilling with him like...
And this is like the first time you encountered a situation?
Yeah, because I usually buy there and I chill, and then there's nobody coming up, you know. This one time, they pull up, bro, and the fact that they were mother and daughter was so crazy. And now they asking me questions, and I'm also asking them questions and stuff like that. And in the meantime, they doing these things, but they're doing meth, bro. They doing meth, and I'm like looking at myself like...
So what were you talking about with these people?
I'm gonna get into that, bro.
That's the thing. Okay, sure.
So crazy. So now the mom is 49. We get into I'm asking questions. We're like, hey, what's up? I'm just like banter. But she tells me she's 49. She's been in prison for 16 years.
Whoa.
Supposed to be in prison for 32, but her sentence got cut in half, bro.
Cool.
So obviously the first thing that goes into my mind, I'm like, what? Congratulations.
Yeah.
No, I didn't say that.
But I'm just saying, like, that's nice.
I asked her, how long was she? Like, I asked, when did she come out, you know? She didn't really want to go that deep. That kind of made me feel like, nah, I shouldn't also ask any further questions.
So you didn't ask, what did she do?
I did. But it was aching in the back of my mind. Because when I asked her, when did she come out? She didn't want to answer. So I kind of took that as a sign, but nah, she just chilled.
Yeah.
So I'm smoking.
But like, why? The thing is, that's like the Facebook thing. Like, if you tell people you're in a relationship and now you break up, now you don't it.
Exactly.
Everyone is invested.
Automatically, you want to ask the next.
Exactly. Everyone's invested.
This lady is telling me some crazy shit. I can't lie. My friend is here also. My friend, I won't say his name because cops are watching. You know, but he's there also. He knows them, like he's kicked it with them.
I mean, they pulled up to his house.
So this lady is telling all these stories, and he's unfazed. Like, he's not fazed
going about this
whatsoever, bro. And I'm just like, I'm smoking my zoot, and I'm like, thinking to myself, this is so crazy.
You probably heard these stories like this.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
But not, I actually built up the courage to ask her, like, what did you do? Yeah, this lady is killed for murder.
That is dark.
It's very dark.
You sure you want to say that? Can we say that? Okay, well, she's acquitted, to be fair, so that's not...
But, like, I'm not mentioning any names, though.
Yeah, I guess.
But the crazy part is, I'm asking her, I don't know, bro, sometimes I feel like I'm too forward. Because I asked her, yo, how many murders was it? Yo, she told me she murdered 4 people. Bro, I was like, like the closer in me, like, came out. I was like, yo, I couldn't hold myself, bro. I was like, yo, that's...
So now, like
4.
Now, I mean, you see, this is the problem. Now I have questions.
Exactly.
I have questions for you.
And the thing is, she's so calm to speak about this. Man. Like, you have to tread lightly. She's so calm to speak about this. But the daughter's feeling some type of way.
You get too comfortable, and now you think you can just ask whatever. Because clearly she's willing to, get
she's
into
divulging.
Exactly.
She's like speaking freely here. And
so now you think, okay, maybe I can ask these things. But just now it's the question that like sets her off, and she's like, yo.
And I'm also thinking, what if I ask her the wrong thing and she ends up killing me? You know? I didn't want that, bro. I was like, I'm also just looking around there for any sharp
Become a
objects.
victim. Yeah.
Because she's doing some hard drugs. She's doing the drugs that don't make you sleep for 2 days. Like,
Okay.
and the daughter's
Whoa.
doing some drugs that make you sleep for 4 days. You know, like just
Yeah.
uppers and downers.
4 days.
Bro, she said some of the craziest things ever, bro.
By the way, before you go on, so they're doing like hard drugs, right? So didn't you see like that switch? You know, like they get there, they calm, but then once the drugs come in, and then it
You
gets
see a different side.
Yeah, then they get a bit oof.
Yeah, and I also just thought about how, like, you know, when you go to the club and you don't drink, how irritated you become when you just watch people who drink.
Yeah,
because I was baked, and I'm just like thinking, I'm seeing the switch from like both of them, like them, they like fidgeting. I'm like thinking, what am I doing? Yeah.
To be fair, that's natural with like almost any substance, or you know.
Yeah.
But this is a bit levels.
Right. This lady says, now we're talking. It's a white lady, by the way. Yeah.
You said.
I did.
Yeah, you did say.
Yeah. She said she's from Romania. But she said a lot of stuff. She said I got some Romanian descent.
Oh.
You know, she's like, bro.
Don't say you from Romania. That's like you just landed now the other day. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's not like accurate to.
And I'm thinking to myself, this is really crazy. But so we speak. And then she says, and then randomly she just says, you know, if God could give me, like, what did you say? She said, if I could actually have one wish, I'd wish for my daughter to stop doing drugs. I looked at this bitch like what the
Do you not realize the situation
what
that's
the fuck are
currently
you
taking
saying?
place?
She says that while hitting the fucking lolly, and I'm like, this is so crazy. I couldn't. At that moment, I stood up and I went home, bro. I was like, no.
That's where you draw the line.
That's not what the time was. It was 7 o'clock, bro. Not in the morning, 7 p.m. And I'm like thinking to myself, what the
There's still time to block on.
Like, what the I was like, no, but I need to go home, bro. I need to go rethink my life choices.
That's hilarious that's the drawing point for you. But yeah, that's interesting. But I understand where she's coming from in a sense. Just because do as I say, not as I do. Even though she's doing it the opposite. It's supposed to be the opposite way. You check.
But you can't say that while you're hitting it. Though.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of crazy. And the daughter's hitting it. Like, the daughter's looking at her.
Yeah.
You understand? And which is like, actually, ask
how old is the daughter?
The daughter's like 24.
Okay.
And she's 49. She's like, I love my mom. I need to go home at a certain time because I have curfew. I said, bitch, you 49, you got a curfew. What's wrong with you?
It's rough out here, bro.
What do you mean, though? How are you going to be 49 with a curfew, bro? It says a lot about you, bro. You got to have better life choices, dog. I don't know.
Do you think, okay, this is kind of a wild, but like, at that point, is it just over? Like, you're 49, you're doing drugs, you live with your parents. Like, is there a point to even try and stop doing drugs? You know what I mean?
Man, it's never too late to actually go on the right path. But like,
to change your life and that.
Like, come on, bro. Like me, even like I'm also just like thinking, like, at 30, I don't want to drink.
Really?
But I don't see myself drinking. I don't see myself in the club at 35, bro.
Yeah.
I don't even like clubs right now.
In my opinion, my personal opinion, you don't have to agree, but I think that's a bit embarrassing.
What?
Like you almost 40 and you're out in the club still.
And you got that big ass.
Don't you like
that big ass?
There's other things going on that
exactly.
You need to go do,
so
you know
obviously, but I think you need to just look at where you want your life to go.
Yeah.
And kind of follow that, and also just make decisions that kind of like emulate that, you know. So
I heard it.
That was a really weird week. That happened on Thursday. The Saturday was my friend's birthday.
Okay.
A colored friend. I have a lot of. His name is Curtly, right? So we at Curtly's crib. Curtly stays in Bridgement. So Curtly's like, yo, bro, let's move. Dog. It's my birthday.
Do something.
Yeah. So I just jumped in the car. I thought we were heading to the beach. For some odd reason, we ended up in Bloomendal. I'm like, oh my God. I was so shocked, bro.
Oh,
bro, I'm like, it's so crazy.
But at what point, because you know you're driving and then you're like, okay, whoa, this is not the right direction.
I knew shit was going left when we took Barcelona, when we going down, what's the name? Malabar, then going down Barcelona. Yeah. And he even crashed that day, bro. He crashed the taxi, bro. I was like, what?
The same day?
Same day, on the way there. I'm telling this man, bro, don't you think this is a sign for us to turn back? He's like, nah, bruh. it means we should go. I said, no ways, bro.
Oh,
Some of the people that are around me, I feel like I should have a camera for these dudes because they say they're weird. I have a nigga that just randomly walks in a room full of niggas and just say, "Oh, you niggas are sluts." How do you just randomly? You know Aluta? Don't you know Aluta?
I don't think so.
That's that bro. That dude just random. I think his thing is just like he likes to provoke people. But yeah, so we actually go to Bloemfontein.
Wait, he walks into a room of people he doesn't know.
But he has, but he has to be drunk. He does that. He has it. Yeah, we call him Ra, and we call him Aluta. Aluta is so Ra is just
Raru.
like crazy. Like he just walks into a room and he just starts saying the crazy shit. Do you know about history of slaves? And he says that in a room full of white people.
I'm like, he's just here to antagonize anyone.
And that's his thing. And he's like, do you know what happened in 1962? And I'm like, and he says that to provoke people, bro. And I'm like, this dude is so crazy, bro.
That's hilarious. But we just spoke about that switch now that people take on when they do some substances. That is now levels.
But bro, I just meet a whole lot of random people, and I feel like sometimes I'm also asking myself, because like you know me, I'm a calm bro.
Yeah.
Like
you are.
I don't really act out,
No, not at all.
No, I really know how to handle myself. So it actually makes me wonder, like, what sort of energy do I have that kind of brings these sort of characters around?
That's a very, very good question. I also don't understand it. Like, you would think you are what you attract or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, if you calm, you would attract calmness. But I mean, at what point do you decide, like, let me not go here because I know we're going to end up in Bloemfontein? You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know, bro. What do you mean, actually?
Like, if you go to this bra's house, you're going to end up doing something insane.
Oh.
That's your choice.
Okay, I see stuff like that. I actually do have that. I used to have friends who actually just, if I know I go to his crib, some crazy stuff is going to happen.
Exactly.
So I just avoid that. It's like when you know, like, it's like when you know, like, if I take this path, I might get robbed. So I do that with friends as well. I know I have some friends who just, you know, I know how to.
So now with that being said, we're going back to the like, how can you ask me that if you know you go to these people when you know they're insane? You get what I'm saying? Like just because you calm doesn't mean now you're going to go there and everything's going to be calm.
Like these are cool people, but like I'm just like thinking to myself, like, bro, what the hell, bro? Because like we got to Bloemfontein and we chilling at Bloemfontein.
What was your mindset at the time? Like, did you feel some type of way? Yeah.
About Bloemfontein? I'm not. I don't have any fears, but in fact, I was like, yeah, this is like an experience. It's like an outing for me. I like colored people. It's like, wow. I like colored. I like looking at colored women. I'm like, oh wow, I'm gonna see colored women. Wow, amazing. You know.
Okay.
So we get there and we see these colored shorties, and I was like, it's all a vibe. But then again, it's Bloemfontein. Bloemfontein is so random, bro. Because I started hearing gunshots out of nowhere, bro. And then a random dude just comes, yeah, bro, they just shot 3 people. I said, let's go home, my bro. I said, nah, relax, bro. I said, no, bro, let's go home. He's like, yeah, relax, bro. And I'm like, bro, we might get shot there, bro. Like, no, we're not going to get shot there.
Or you're like in someone's yard.
Yeah, obviously, I would never go to that place.
You're just walking around.
Exactly. But I'm like thinking to myself, I kept on thinking about the stuff that y'all niggas be saying, but yo, you just have a weird, crazy life. And I'm like, that's not what I think, though. But when I really sat down and thought about it, I was like, this is really weird, though. Because like 3 days before that, I had a lady telling me crazy shit on some, yo. And then 3 days after, I'm in Bloemfontein hearing gunshots.
That time span is insane.
Exactly.
Like, you would think it would take like a longer time frame for insane things to happen. But they happen so close together.
So
it's like,
crazy. And
at some point you're like.
After that, I was inside. I didn't come out the house for like a good week.
Just to like calm down from all that insanity.
Yeah, I was like, nah, I don't wanna be outside, boy, because
it's rough outside.
It's crazy, but even in the suburbs, it's crazy. You understand? I'm like, no, man, I just stay in my house.
I relate to like what you said about the fact that like even in the suburbs, people do drugs because like overbarkings.
Yeah.
You know, there are some
Fagans
out there.
Some shady type.
Yeah.
But do you judge them though?
Not necessarily. There's like a bra, like I won't say get into too much detail, but he does some hardcore drugs. But he's bra, you know what I mean? So it's like, I can't knock that really. Because he doesn't how do I say, like it doesn't impede on me and what I'm like. If we're in the same presence, like together, then Nothing you do
While he's on the
affects me.
shits. Like,
Yeah.
have you kicked with him while he's on the shits?
Bruh, that man's a professional at this point, has to be, because he does not
Imagine
change at
being a
all.
professional drug dealer. I mean, a drug addict.
Bruh, that man does not change at all.
Does he work?
I don't know what's his personal life like. I
So
just know him from.
about
Yeah,
it,
that
but you
bruh's
don't
like
really
mythical, man. You know
Really?
what I mean? Yeah, like it's
I
just
feel like people
in
who
the
do
road.
drugs, people who do drugs are really like, I don't know, man. They just I don't know. They just have this thing about them. They just kind of not majestic, but like mythical. But depends on who they are, though.
No, but I mean from the perspective of like everybody knows this, bruh. You know that there's always that bruh
Like,
in
well
an
known.
area, yeah. So like everybody knows him. He's like, nah, bruh, whatever. But he also does hard drugs. That's just like
there's a but.
the add-on.
He's
Yeah,
cool,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it's kind of like the whole thing when niggas when girls say when like niggas like ask, yo, how is she? She pretty? Nah, she's ugly, but she got a good personality. And it's like, why are you mentioning the personality? why are you mentioning the personality? She's not just a bug.
Too much now, you know. Add on, make it even it out a bit. But yeah, but two things everyone knows about that, bruh, is like he does hard drugs and don't fight.
Simple. Why would you want to fight a person who does drugs, bro?
Nah, but look, you're like that bruh specifically, even sober, he knocks people out. Like just,
really?
Yeah, on the day.
Is it like a colored booty?
Oh. So yeah, that's kind of what crazy. The guy. Anyway.
Yeah, that's just my life, bro. And you, what's your life like on a day to day?
Boring, bro. I don't do anything. Like I've been in the house for a very long time. I've just been watching a lot of like YouTube content.
Are you an inside boy?
Yeah.
That's cool.
What must I do outside? Look what you go through.
You know, when I was in high school, right?
Yeah.
I used to have this thing whereby I want to witness as much, like experience and witness as much as possible. Because I used to write raps, right?
Okay, so you thought that
I was like, there's gonna be in the raps. But now I'm thinking, nah, bro, that's just too much, bro. That's really too much.
What do you mean?
Like I see
like the experiences are too much.
Yeah, I need to. I'm a very low key person, in all honesty. But like now, I'm just like thinking to myself, this is really, really kind of crazy, though.
So would you prefer like to go out and experience like lots of stuff like clubs or maybe house parties, or would you rather like chill with your friends and like
I like
a calm situation?
I like chilling inside. The last time I was at a club, we almost got picked up by a puff. I told you about the story about like the old lady and her husband.
No, I don't think so.
I was at Finesse one time with my chick, right? And then we meet this lady and her husband. The husband drinks, but the lady doesn't drink.
Okay.
You know, she's chilling inside the club. And then she orders a cappuccino. And I'm like looking at myself like, why would you order a cappuccino inside the club? And it's at night. So that's like a red flag for me. I thought she probably is a serial killer.
Okay.
But it's fine. Then this lady asks for my number. What the fuck is happening here? But her husband is next to her. I'm like, the husband just looked, and I'm like, yo, this is crazy.
Yeah.
This is really crazy. And then she's like, I'm going to hit you up.
For what?
I don't know. And I think they're from Limpopo. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Limpopo, yeah. And then the night ends. Nothing happened. But they hit me up the next day. Like, yo, we're trying to pick you up. Come through. No. We're going to hang. You must show us the city. And I said, look, I'm going to come with my friend. He said, nah, just come alone. I said, no. I said, no. They're trying to pick me up.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking, what if this dude, like, this is their king. They like, maybe the husband wants me to smash her wife.
That's what I was
And he's watching. And I'm like, no ways. Because even yesterday, bro, like, if my chick...
You were alone, my bro.
And I'm with my girl. And I'm at the club with my girlfriend, bro. Keep in mind, it's not like I'm there alone.
You know what my initial thought was, now?
What?
Maybe they just, like, think you're a now person. They just think you vibe. So they were like, let this bro show us around. You know what I mean?
Nah.
Yeah, that's the gullible of a thought process.
Man, it's awfish. I think I believe I lead with my instinct. That should feel off, bro. Like having a lady ask your number and the husband is there.
Yeah.
And he's calm.
I understand, but like, you know, the innocent viewpoint would be they're not from here. Maybe they want to see this.
I must be like a tour guide for them.
Sure.
That's cool. But like, when I said, yo, let me come do my friend.
Yeah, that's when
and they said, like, no. I said, no, I said to them, nah, I'm gonna circle back to them. But I deleted that
because
number.
Who would have a problem with it?
At least, obviously, and you don't know them. So that's you gotta think for your safety.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be logical for them to realize, to actually understand that, man.
You might like end up without your liver and kidneys.
Exactly, bro.
So who knows?
It's even shit like that, bro. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? What? Maybe I should go for a cleanse. What do you say?
Yeah, sure. Can go to. Okay, I was gonna out someone, but we move. Yeah.
I dare you, but nah, never mind.
Okay.
Okay, never mind.
I won't say anything.
But yeah, I think I just realized I should really probably tone down on these things, bro.
Yeah,
Like I don't really like being outside anymore.
But from one thing to another, on the topic of almost smashing someone's wife while the husband watches.
I feel like you're gonna say some crazy shit.
No, what do you mean? We know our dynamic. I'm not that person. Anyway,
What's our dynamic?
you just literally say now your life is crazy and you're insane. You're saying things.
Yeah. Okay, what you saying? What you saying?
I was just thinking about this the other day, and this is gonna. Okay, it sounds a bit gay now, but like.
If
now,
it is gay, I'll probably tell you.
Like that,
if it is gay, I'll tell you.
Like imagine you and I a scenario. You and I are outside. We at the club, not the club, but like a sit down spot, whatever. And somehow we find ourselves in a scenario where we could have a threesome. Like, but it's you and me.
I'm listening.
Let me tell you, off the bat, I would say no.
Why did you have to? Okay.
But let's just say we found ourselves in that scenario. How do you think that would go?
And a threesome?
Yeah.
So it's me, you, and a chick?
Yeah.
Oh, hell no. I don't do that. I don't like That's kind of crazy. I don't even like, even the idea of having a boner next to another nigga, just
1000%.
The idea of like strip clubs, you just a group of niggas and you guys have boners together. That's the gayest shit ever for me, bro. Because I told you about the story. I went to Candy's like randomly where there's like a dude who's like, yo, let's go to Candy's.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I'd like to experience it, dog. Yeah, we went to Candy's, bro. And I'm just seeing, I don't know, for some odd reason, bro, I just looked down and I just saw niggas hard. Niggas are just like angry. You're seeing their nose just like flaring up. I'm like, no ways, man. So that's the idea of just seeing another nigga's boner.
Yeah.
And actually fell asleep.
It's all seats like these, like just next to each other, or like
it's like a long couch. It's like a booth like that, and it's like a.
But at least there's a table.
Yeah, there's a table. What I mean?
To like.
It was weird, man. It's the fact that it was like it was like Afrikaans bro, and he picked me up at Hotspot. I was chilling with my friend, and he's like, "Yeah, where do you stay?" I stay in Sherwood, and I said, "Yo, man, give me a lift, bro," because like, it's fucking late, and I think I didn't have data that time.
Okay.
To request.
So it was just like you just needed to get home now.
Yeah, because I didn't want to go crash at my friend's place because he had his girl over. His girl just came, so I'm like, I'm not gonna be there and hear that nigga smash. So I said, I was willing to walk home, but I was like, that's fine. So I actually asked this dude, but yo, can you just give me a lift? So he gets home, like he takes me home, right in front of my yard. And he's like, yo, you wanna go to Candy's? And I'm like,
you see, there's a fork in the road. You had two choices. You could have just went inside.
I'm like, escapade. I've never been to Candy's before.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to experience that, once off. I don't want to rule off things before I try them.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You would have because we spoke about doing something recently, not recently, but a while back. So you would have never been in a situation again where you would have been able to say like, okay, this is what it's like or whatever the case.
Yeah.
Like explaining it to me, for example, because I've obviously never been.
Yeah. So he says. Come on. Yeah. I know you try to keep it innocent.
Come on.
Yeah.
But back to this, the thing that I was thinking about is, it's anyone. I wouldn't want to do it with anyone. I wouldn't want to do the threesome with anyone, right? But you specifically.
Why me? Bro, why me?
Because you like the type of person to want to like high five or have a conversation.
Shooting the strokes. I want to high five you. Hell no. What do you mean?
That is why I was like, yo, that would be.
Imagine me and you doing the Eiffel Tower.
Exactly.
No, my guy.
High fives and shit.
That's cock weird.
I wouldn't want to look at you. Do you know what I mean? Like
even the idea of making eye contact with you naked.
Yeah,
bro. Because I get it. Like we're gonna be intoxicated or some sort. But the next day, I'm looking at you and I'm like,
how are we gonna do this again? Do you know what I mean?
I think the friendship just has to end right there and there, bro. That's kind of crazy. And also, I don't like like what do you call a gangbang? So kind of that's a threesome.
I think it probably takes more people. But okay.
Yeah, I think my mom cautioned me from a young age to not actually be in a room when there's people having sex. Because like, what if now the girl just randomly says it's rape? It's
I get it.
you
Look
know?
at Shannon Sharp, what he's going through.
Yeah, and and you're not partaking, and you're just in the room, and then she calls your name out, you know. Obviously, you're gonna go to jail, and you can't.
And you were
And
just
I'm
there.
just chilling. What if I'm there, just I'm
Yeah.
playing Snow Bros on my
Yeah.
phone? Who knows?
Yeah.
And then she calls me out. I'm gonna go to prison, bro, and I'm scared of prison, bro. I'm not.
Phew, that's like my worst
bro,
nightmare,
I need to protect my body.
Like I have this irrational fear of committing a crime accidentally.
Like what?
Just anything, maybe, bro. I don't even know. Maybe even just at the wrong place, like with the wrong people. You know what I mean? And then you just find yourself in a situation, and now you also going to
Like
jail.
sort of like you judged by the company. Keep like your friends are doing a heist, and they like on the way go
They
split.
can greet you.
Yeah, they like
shit.
they
You
give
know
you a
what I mean?
lift
Like,
with the goods in the bag.
Yeah.
And they get gemanged.
Yeah.
And I know.
Like a stupid example, when I was in school now.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know the dog searches. They used to pull up with the dogs.
Oh yeah, facts.
Yeah. So my worst fear was that in my bag someone stashed shit.
Weed.
You get me? So
Yeah.
it's like that kind of scenario. Because now, like, how do I defend that, my bro?
Oh, and you wouldn't really. You'd be a hit in prison, my boy.
Why do we have to do all that now?
I'm just okay. My bad.
And you think you're gonna be just hard doing all the hitting?
I mean, I have a scar, so I just mean mug. But my scar doesn't really intimidate people.
Maybe it's because I know you, but it's like
it doesn't because people keep trying me, bro. Even today, bro, I'm just looking at that man. I'm not smiling, but he's not intimidated. He probably has been in prison, so who knows?
That is so hilarious.
You know, so I don't even want to even just think about that, bro. Just the idea of prison itself, bro, is just crazy.
It's dark, me, bro.
You know? But yeah, Jam. It's that though. Can I ask you, what's the biggest misconception about it?
Misconception?
Really live.
Yeah, it's fine though. You go first. Let me think.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh.
I suppose like when I meet people, I'm just now introverted, so I don't really I don't say anything.
Yeah.
You check. Or I come off as like not friendly or whatever.
Really?
Yeah. But I suppose like also if
I don't think
I'm
you're
not
friendly,
a fan
though.
Yeah, I don't think I am, to be fair. Unless like I think you're not a person, then maybe, I'll open up a bit. That's really it.
That's your biggest misconception, that you're not friendly. But you're not friendly though.
Yeah, but
that's not a misconception. That's a true state, true fact. You're not really friendly.
Yeah, I guess. But does that now just make me automatically? It makes me an asshole, like in the presence of these people.
No, man. Not being friendly does not mean not. Let's just say you're not really. Let's just say you're not sociable.
Then the misconception is that I'm an asshole. You get me?
Okay.
Yeah, that makes more sense. What would you say?
My misconception? I don't know.
That you live a calm life. I would say that's probably it. Like if people meet, okay, no, not true, because like within 20 minutes of having a conversation, someone can figure out you're not normal.
What do you mean?
You just say things.
What do you?
You're just like. You're just asking.
No, man.
Like even with Shamiz, for example, like they just got there that day, right? And then.
What was I saying?
But the thing is, like, she's also very, But
what was I saying? Was I saying crazy stuff?
Yeah, but I mean, she's also not very normal.
Respectfully, I feel like people who say what I feel like I don't have I wouldn't say I don't have a filter.
Yeah.
But I think I'm very open about the shit that's on my mind. Of course, I know what to say. I know how to be appropriate, and also just I know how to work around people.
Okay, that's a fair. No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not that you don't know how to be appropriate. It's just that like you choose not to. You know what I mean? Within 20 minutes of having a conversation, you would.
With me.
Yeah. Okay, but maybe 20 minutes is a bit of an exaggeration. But give it some time, you'll realize you're not really a normal human being.
I think I don't want to be normal. Because
who wants to be normal, right?
I mean, COVID also kind of put that out there for me.
How? What do you mean? What does COVID have to do with anything?
Exactly.
Okay.
I'm joking. But I feel like COVID, it had this thing, like, it was like a switch. You understand? Everybody, like, everything just happened and still. And then for me, I kind of realized, okay, this thing, what I'm saying is going nowhere. It's absolutely not going anywhere. I'm seeing
I'm
it.
glad you said something
It's not
before
going anywhere
you got
because
too deep into
I
it.
was gonna actually just say a lot of bullshit now, and I was gonna look not normal, yeah, and like really. But
And then that would have proved my
honestly,
point,
I
so
feel
it's
like
not
I
too
don't
bad.
want to be normal because what's the point of
Do you think it's like it's a case of you need to make an impact?
me?
Yeah. Do you feel like you need
Impact
to?
on what?
I don't know. Just like when you meet people, just like
Oh
for the
no,
room.
sir. I don't need. No, not really. I don't really need any validation from anybody. I'm
Okay.
comfortable in my skin, you know.
You just are
I'm
like that.
who I am, you
Yeah.
know. So me, I think it's just wanting to actually find out how people react to certain things. Like with you also. Remember when I asked you if
Yeah.
you know how you remember how you
Oh, I
reacted?
remember.
You know how you reacted?
I remember.
You were like you were so shaken.
Yeah, but I can't do that. This family on the internet also.
Bruh, your family better know. That's why I should ask you. You better live your truth.
Yeah, I know. We're still working on that to this day.
But
I don't know if we're gonna get there.
it's fine though. You my nigga. I feel like you need to stick to me,
Yeah.
but not like
I don't know about.
physically.
No, but like I also wouldn't just because you're gonna try to now push this agenda that like I need to come out of the shell and I'm not for it. I'm not about it. I'm
No,
okay.
that's really fucked up. Though. But okay, so I really just want you to be yourself though.
I am though. That's the thing.
All right.
It's just I would being me is not speaking about my sex life on
Camera.
TV. You get me?
I think my mom knows I like titties, so yeah,
Yeah, but you have an open relationship with your mom now.
to a certain extent.
There's a line.
Of course, there's a line. She's a black mom.
So then,
But yeah.
most now. But okay.
But I think that's today though.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Yo, you know what, guys? Let me just like pull the curtain back. We plan so many things. Like there's so many things we want to talk about and stuff, but we just never really get to it because either we go on tangents or like things just go on.
Besides that, it's just like the convo. It's just. But we're gonna try and be good at planning though.
Yeah, we're working on it.
But yeah, do that thing I said. That's your responsibility again.
Okay, guys. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I don't know how you didn't pick it. Like the drill already. Fucking move. On YouTube, if you find us on YouTube, like, comment, share, subscribe. If you find it on DSTV or you want to find it on DSTV, you can find it on a Thursday on Mpumakaba TV, channel 260 at 8 p.m. What a free vision play. If you don't have access to DSTV, you can get over there.
Catch you next time.
Oh yeah, safety.
Oh yeah.